I am Sawsan al-AREEQE. I am from Yemen. I am a poet and filmmaker. I published three book collections: Square of the Pain, More Than Necessary, and What If My Blood Turned into Chocolate.
Mhm.
Two of these books received awards. I cannot say that either a best or worse, because writers develop a state of alienation from their environment at the beginning of their writing career. As a writer, I learned to reprogram my relationship with my society according to my own views and feelings, regardless of the place I inhabit. However, the best thing about being a poet in my own society is that poetry is highly respected. The worst, which did not happen to me, is the fact that my society judges poetic texts according to a religious perspective. The best thing about my country during this period is the way it celebrates Eid. I come from Aden, born and raised there. It is a beautiful town by the sea. Its celebration in Aden are special. Children give a life to its squares and allies, and its old markets possess a colorful fragrance. Aden is a cosmopolitan city, and I never stop missing it. Writing is only option in Yemen that allows me to survive. If we had a music institute, maybe I would have become a pianist or a ballerina had there been any schools that taught this classy art. But there are no other options in Yemen. Writing gives me the opportunity to paint my own life and to live my life with all the minute details and specific pains. And there is absolutely no amount of logic that can diminish my thirst for creativity and challenges. I recommend Black Test, Black Odor, a novel by the Yemeni writer Ali al-Mukri, because it opened the door for a new type of literature that sheds light and marginalized groups in Yemen. This means that the literature in Yemen began to focus on particular issues like the dark skinned servants whose lives resemble the gypsies in Europe. In general, I don't think that writers do anything with regularity. For example, I read poetry, then watch some movies, and sometimes I even reread old novels because I enjoy rediscovering their details. Writer, Writers complain about the country's lack of support. But even if it did support literature, the country would so at the expense of writers' creative autonomy. We don't want the country's support. However, we need independent cultural organizations to adapt the culture sphere outside national or political interests. In other words, we need professional institutions and publishing houses that that market books and turn them into commodities. This is the best and most suitable alternative. Iowa City is a maternal city. It is a city that embraces culture and creativity. In this city, I felt like my pain faded in the heart of the river. Everything about this city fills your heart with tranquility, love, and peacefulness. It is true that I live here for a short while only, but I got to meet writers from different parts of world, and I was introduced to new cultures. Even when I write my poems here, I feel like they carry Iowa City within them. Iowa and the IWP became a point of departure from my past, not only as a writer, but also as a human being. In Iowa City, you don't need to dream because you are living it. Besides writing texts, I also write in visual mediums because I am a director. If you ask me about this file, I would have said that making short films in Yemen requires support, training, and care. I buried in rock because a cinematic culture does not exist in Yemen. Yet, my films participated in several festivals abroad and two received awards. And what matters to me is that my film photo was screened in Mesa Film Festival in New Orleans in the middle of October 2013. I would like to thank the International Writing Program for giving me this great opportunity. I also thank its staff. Aywa, a word which means yes in my native language will make me smile whenever I hear it again. It will forever be related to my sense of happiness in Iowa City. I cannot say that either a best or worst, because writers develop a state of alienation from their environment at the beginning of their writing career. As a writer, I learn to reprogram my relationship with my society according to my own views and feelings. Regardless. And what if my blood turned into chocolate?
Mhm.
Two of these books received awards. I am Sawsan al-AREEQE. I am from Yemen. I am a poet and filmmaker. I published three book collections: Square of the Pain, More Than Necessary,